Take it easy.
See now, if I want a music video with substance, okay, and not just bitches twerking and basically rubbing their pussy all over the screen, you go to a JID video.
Feel like Pharrell in 07 on my shoes, ice cream, 8 stars, stop them out, it's a man down. Baby Milo custom PC getting fanned out. Not from the block, I'm from the H and we don't play around. Catch him at a red light with a knife gun, we gon' spray him down.
Imagine I play the video and a girl's twerking on a fucking sandwich. Some girl's twerking over a sandwich, walking back to, hey, hope you had a safe trip. I did, bro, I appreciate you, man. Single, the 80s, presents Fire. Oh, it's a movie.
What's up, man? Let me get some weed, bro. I'm about to roll up another line. You better bring your ass over here. I can't get no weed, no shit. I can't get shit for y'all boys. What's up, man? Y'all done a better job, man. All right.
Bro, I hope this project gets the recognition it deserves. Because I fucking snapped on this. Yo, _Lil, thank you for the sub, bro. I appreciate you, bro. Yes!
Look, you can tell a nigga like me ain't never had shit. RP, I miss my dogs like my dick. Zombies in that midnight fog, them boys. Damn! Victims who started over some bitches. Nigga clicking, they spill the.
Oh, shit.
Zombie
Video is this bird
Make yourselves a home.
music video is amazing.
white being nasty.
Bro, yo, JID, go direct something, bro. Like let's get it. Let's get a show or something, bro. Like, it don't even gotta be nothing crazy, bro. A little 8 episodes, you know, 30 minutes, you know, an hour maybe. I just like what I'm seeing from these music videos. Like that shot of like showing in the beginning of when he was playing with his kids, and then it transitions to actually him actually getting shot, or the dude laying with his girl. She wakes up, and then it transitions to him like falling to the. Oh my god! Yeah. What the? Yo, is this the same dude from the AMP video? Me and Dale was just watching that shit the other night. Last night. That nigga getting booked and everything, bro.
Hey, sharing my
Hello.
knowledge.
Proud of him, man.
Everybody stand up.
Damn.
This sound cool, but really this a confessional. 20 minutes in impression and went to the restroom. Said they got the hitting with some women and they about to get kicked out. They ain't even tell us what that shit was about. All I really seen from the big bit couch was a nigga swinging. Hit my sister right in the mouth. The bouncer tried to block the door.
So I remember this verse.
Commit it to memory.
With some women and they about to get kicked out. They ain't even tell us what that shit was about. All I really seen from the big bit couch was a nigga swinging. Hit my sister right in the mouth. The bouncer
Alright, let's get started. Let's get into it.
Look, on everything I gave everything and got nothing back. Ain't looking for it, no pat on backs. That ain't how we got. Where the fuck we at? Mama called. Where the fuck you at? On the road and I ain't coming back into my 100 stacks. Make 100 racks and that 100 racks bring a bundle back. I was blowing gas like the honey badger. JID bitch, the money snatcher. Say la vie shit, I'm coming after everybody. Don't get the bloody splatter. I'm fly and I got my niggas fly too. Shit, it's like buddy passes. I wanna cry cause I'm numb inside. If you wonder why, ask what's the matter. Cause I've been working hella hard. Shit ain't really working out. I've been praying to the Lord. Shit ain't really working out. I've been looking to the stars. Keep my head up in the clouds. Shit ain't really working out. Shit ain't really working out. Shit ain't really working out. Don't explain what is there to gain. JIDN, y'all niggas need to lay off the drugs. Some of y'all better lay off the dough. My niggas getting it straight off the boat. Pure cut, put it straight to your nose. I ain't nosy, but I know what I know. Mr. Know-It-All, oh here it go. I'm the goat, I never go with the flow. Throwing shots, boys, blow for a blow. I'm the nigga kick the dough with the dough. I'm the nigga fuck the hoe with the hoe. I'm the nigga lit the blunt with the blunt. I'ma get it cause I want what I want. I'ma say this shit again and again. I'ma go and put this shit to an end. I'm the sickest with the pencil with pen. Hit the blunt and mix the hem with the weight. I'ma go ahead and lay off the Zans. I'ma fall back, sipping the lean. I got to make sure my vision is clear. Whole God knows not what it seems. 6, 5, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, told you know me. You don't want smoke, so what it gon' be? Gotta watch what you say when you looking at me, looking at God, looking for leaders, looking for kings, look at the pain in your eyes. Look at we been, look at our win, look at our skin, and look at our sins. I've been on a frenzy, been trying to give me a bench. Your fuzz ass lens won't fuck up the ends. Oh God, know where my friends. Lord forgive me, yeah, I need to repent. Mind blurred, need to lay off the drugs. Yeah, God, they ain't praying enough. Niggas down when you saying enough. Cops firing, stop calling, rock ballin', tell my little niggas lay off the stuff. Ronald Red, and I can thank him enough. Now I'm playing nigga race. Damn. Alright. Quick Melly. Alright. Let's keep it rolling. We almost there. Alright, before we get into this shit, let me introduce my band one time. These great people like around me right now. To the left, we got Tasia. Over here, got my dog Grady from the west side. You from the west side, right?
Oh shit, my bad. Got my boy Allen over here.
Thank you.
My dog Mike. The homie Sam on all the goddamn. My dog Bunte. And we got the goats. Got Gene and she here helping us out on the vocals. I'm very thankful for these people. We only put this together in like a couple days, so it's like, it's great the way I think we sound right now. Let's get into some more gangster shit. Y'all good? Yeah. Let's try it. It's like one of my favorite songs ever. Yeah. All right. Look. Okay, never been shit, never had shit, never knew shit, never out, never do shit, damn, but a nigga never gave two shits. Whoa, never been a bitch, now I got a rollie on a wrist. Never had shit, I'ma tell you, never asking, give me this, give me that. Okay, look, again, never been shit, never had shit, never knew shit, never out, never do shit, damn, but a nigga never gave two shits. Whoa, never been a bitch, now I got a rollie on a wrist. Never had shit, I'ma tell you, never asking, give me this, give me that. Okay, look, okay, never had a real dollar to my name, bruh. Shit been lame, bruh. I ain't even in this shit for the fame, bruh. It's the pain, bruh. Most of that niggas I came up with. Have it came up and doing the same stuff, but that heavy came up. It really ain't nothing. Niggas thinking that they fucking with G. Y'all got the game for. Wow, tremendously came forward with the mind of a mental fiend who dig deep in the depths when he in too deep. I crept on the steps with a demon sleeps and yell bells to the Lord what he means to me. Oh my God, don't be mean to me. We arrive on a bean in 3. It is not what it seems to be. I could die, I could fly, I could try very easily. I'm a guy in the giant, she's a vibrant thing, I probably won't buy it. Bird bitch, say fight, no violence. Sir D, curb bitch, no bite. Back up, chick, bad timing. I gotta get on stage, you better get on page. Hey, you looking out the window, painting in the rain or anything but in the way. If I say this, what it is, forget the lip. Now what's my point? I forget. I be fucking up my script, so fuck this shit, I got this shit. Get it to the point I hear everybody say they wanna block and shit with Glocks and shit and popping, pimping, trapping, sipping lean. Y'all niggas fall for anything. You got a plug and I ain't. Kingpin, you a pig king.
Kingpin, you a pig king.
Whoa, shit. Bye, niggas insane. Try-eye, nigga, risky. Fuck for the wrist piece. Niggas shooting like the what? Never been shit, never had shit, never knew shit, never, I don't know, do shit. Damn, but a nigga never gave some shit. So, wow. Never been a bitch, now I got a rollie on a wrist. Never had shit, I'ma say, never asking, give me this, give me that. Okay. That song is very important to like the ecosystem of JID. It's kind of like my whole. I'm well versed in poverty, so this song is like very important to my life. But now we're gonna get into like some of the stuff we've been working on, this new music and stuff like this. Very important to me. This next album, like everything that we've been putting into it, has been very impactful and important to my life. So we're gonna try something. This song called "Sister Them." We're gonna give you a quick little version of it and see how y'all feel. Look, you told me never let this get a hold of me. You hate to see me hurt, you wanna hurt someone for me. Way too down to earth, don't do no dirt for me, please. I don't need nobody else taking a deal or a plea. God knowing what I'm doing, he gon' deal with me. Niggas ain't cut like that, but you'll kill for me. And I don't care if we don't speak for like a million weeks. You right there when I need you, but I know these ain't your kind of people. I finally bought a home to raise my family. I'm done with all the hoes and their anatomies. You tried to call my phone again, I said it wasn't on, but by the time I got your letter, I was long gone, back on the road. Gone with the wind blows, packing the shows, hoes in the nymphos, platinum and gold. You know how this shit goes when family's gone, you don't know what you went for, damn.
Just remember who I am. Mommy's daughters, models, callers, ballers, fathers, all left falling. Mommy's daughters, models, callers, ballers, fathers, all left falling. What if I get so damn happy I can't feel my face? Try to free my mind, but I can't find a way. Why do I get so damn high where I can't feel my face? Try to free my mind, but I can't find a way.
That felt good, right? We pretty hot, guys. We're pretty fucking hot. Okay, let's try it. Oh yeah, let's do this. Yeah. Let's do it.
I know I can't afford to stop for one moment. That is too soon.
Look,
Too
okay,
far.
push the fucking pack off of the porch or break a pound down. Get the scrap if it happen to blow, it makes a round sounds. Pussycat on my lap, push it back and go to putting rap on my back and I'm black and snatching. I done came back around like a nigga selling crack in pounds. I got a bag now, but it's nothing to brag about. Gun blast in the background, I'm a black man with the bloodhounds. Mac 10 making love sounds to a bad chick. She from uptown, I'm from down south, not a loudmouth. We can fuck around. Hit the music, baby, cut it down. Hit the doobie while you do me indubitably. I feel like I'm a bust now. I feel like a bust down when I shine bright. Blind niggas is up now. In the cut, big black truck, pack sacked up. You can pick it up now. Nigga, fuck it, okay. Push the fucking pack off of the porch or break a pound down. Get the scrap if it happen to blow, it makes a round. Pussycat on my lap, push it back and go to pound town. Putting rap on my back and I'm black and snatching. Yeah.
Pussy got in his face cause he stay on Cheshire Bridge. And I took him back down, he stay that he's shaking and he shit.
Shout out 21
Like
too.
the way he tastes, they
Eastside
need
for
it
LA.
in a minute.
Yeah.
They call me young baby, but I still got hella.
Sorry in advance for my bro, they'll whip a nigga ass, what you whipping up? Whoa, shit in the back, if you looking for the dope, niggas got it in the bag, cause we trapping on the low. Hand 'em the shit with the flow, give me a joke. Heard the nigga say that you the next, no, I'm the best. Tell them bitches stop the motherfucking press, stop, fuck the top 5 list. Get him a vest, he get lopsided. Fuck the cops, we was running from Rottweilers. Most of my partners ain't had papa, just a pop condom. Couple kids with Alzheimer's, 40 on his side, boy, you might gon' stop. He on the block violent, robbing niggas in the hood and then swap genres. Green light, line a nigga up, stop sign him. Keep driving, you will not find him. I'm an anomaly. I turned into a rap ironically and ran it back up, niggas is on me, niggas shit on me. If you think I'm a wannabe, it's pretty comedy. I'm melancholy and cool, so calmly busted moves, my shoes carry velocity. Same posse since Osh Posh Bagosh, pussy clock, treat the rapping like I'm pushing rock. On the stove with the Pyrex pot, the door stay locked, it don't say knock, we on they block. Monopoly game, we stole they properties. Smooth talking and moonwalking, the same little nigga, small palm but a pool shark. Aim big stick, knock chalk off cue balls, bang this shit, bang, bang, yeah. Oh shit. Wow. Watch this. Okay. We just had to get that off. We gotta cut the usher tension in here.
Right.
Alright, we got one more for y'all. It's another song from the upcoming project. It's very important. I'm doing a little bit more singing on here, so I'm gonna ask y'all to bear with me if I get a little pitchy. But if I don't, then everybody in here, nipples gonna get really hard because it's gonna be really great. But whatever. Let's just try it, bro. as I lay myself to sleep, I pray the Lord my soul to keep. The pressure makes me, the journey takes me places where history can't stop or break me. You know it rains for something, you know the pain's for something. I hope a change is coming. Just keep on swinging on.
Swing on, swing on. Swing on, swing on.
Swing on, swing on. Swing on, swing on. Swing on, swing on. Swing on, swing on. Swing on, swing on. Swing on, swing on.
Swing on, swing on. Swing on, swing on. Swing on, swing on. Swing on,
Look,
swing
keep on swinging, little sis. Keep swinging, little bro. I'm about to swing on Terry Payne because he said my sister hoe. Getting high from swishing sweets. Chariots are swinging low. Swastika on the police. Hang a nigga swinging rope. PB tried to swing on me, but I was with like 50 folks and he ain't know. But what was worse, ain't even want no beef with bro. We was told it, we was soulless, we was soldiers, we was sold and saying something about his set. Nigga, that's who we swinging for. Swear you niggas don't know shit about our stress, about our woes and my obsession with success by definition of my own. Sure as death is waiting on our flesh and bones. Demons calling my spirit, had to click the phone. Couldn't get to Courtney quick enough to give her one big hugs. Told her you like the strongest woman on the fucking globe. I watched my mama lose her mama, go through drama and trauma, but had to keep her head high so we don't fucking know. I'm getting older, so when the world's getting enormous on your back and on your arms, and your feet just as heavy, we been dragging through the storm. Staring at this city, but you trapped inside a hole. Get your back up off the ropes, keep swinging on.
Swing on, swing on. Swing on, swing on.
Swing on, swing on. Swing on, swing on. Swing on, swing on. Swing on, swing on. Swing on, swing on. Swing on, swing on.
Swing on, swing on. Swing on, swing on.
Swing on, swing on.
Swing on, swing on. Swing on, swing on. Swing on, swing on. Swing on, swing on. Swing on, swing on.
Alright, everybody, that's our damn set. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Again, it's an amazing ass band. Thank you for NPR for having us. The Forever Story should be out. It should be out. And that's all. My name is JID. I appreciate all of y'all.
JID. JID. Tiny Desk Concert. 22 minutes. God damn, I didn't know it was a full thing. Okay. Hold on. Oh my god, both of these songs are actually good. I ain't gonna lie. I thought the first song was already like, you know, I don't know how they was gonna top that, but hold on, this shit kind of hitting. Okay, between those songs, between those two songs, I'm not gonna lie. I think that I definitely like the first song better. This second song was before Injustice. Before Injustice.
30 rage over his customs being griefed. So here is a whole... I know y'all want to see Nick 30 rage over his customs being griefed. So here is a whole compilation.
So I didn't know about this side of Nick 30. And I seen the clip and I was like... And it's like kind of like... I feel for him because he's trying to make a video for his YouTube, but he's working with a whole bunch of kids to do the video. And sometimes people don't listen. So he got to tell them, yo, you're going to be banned if you're messing up my video. Chad, this is like going to be hard to watch, but I have to. It's just so interesting, though.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Stumble Ruins. We can still do this. We can still do this. Oh, could I have a slurp? Okay, thank you.
What are these transitions? Let me move my cam. Chat, what are all these fucking transitions?
Okay, Mogul Masters, line up. All right, everybody line up or I'm gonna kill you. Line up. Dude, get in line. Everybody, yes. Mogul Masters, do your emote if you have it. Tap the throne. Everybody do it. Dude. Bro, they wait that long just to do that. Like, why? What did I do to you guys? Like, honestly, what did I do to deserve people like... Is it because I'm too demanding in customs? I need to be, otherwise you get griefers like that. What did I do that gathered you all here today to announce a passing of the crown? There can only be one... Oh, okay, redo. That's fine, that's fine. Okay.
Chat, y'all gotta look, oh my god, look, y'all gotta understand, like, he's trying to make a video for YouTube, so it's like, oh my god, it's just so hard, like, it's so hard.
This is a lot of repetition. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. And 3, 2, 1, go. I have gathered you all here today to announce a passing of the crown.
Yo, it's just how frantically he goes for the transitioning scene. Oh my god, bro. Look at how frantic he is searching for the button, bro. Oh my god. I feel for him, but
Oh crap, and let me finish. Let there be a little bit of silence and then shoot me. I'll be like, oh crap. Boom, and then you shoot. All right, here we go. Okay, everybody activate your invisibility right now. I'm coming up. Okay. All right, there's a lot of people in this endgame. I don't know what's... Wait, what is this? Bro, you think you're the king? I'm the king. Oh, wait. Guys, holy... You're getting banned. That's it, okay? Make a TikTok out of this. Make a TikTok out of this. You're banned. Good job. Like, holy crap. I literally made it as clear as day. Okay. Oh, yeah, go wait in the box. Go wait in the box. Yeah, go in the box. Okay. All right, perfect. Okay, so we got 1, 2,
Guys,
3,
you're not
4,
listening.
5. Okay, we need 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, who feels comfortable doing this as Optimus Primal? Okay, Mogul Master, brother. Wait. Wait, what the heck? Oh, I didn't know. We can still do this. Can we kill the guy or no? Do you guys know where he is if you kill him? Oh my god. Good, bro. I hope you have your fun, because you're only going to be able to do that one time, and now you're never able to join my customs. Get it all out of your...
This is so fucking dumb.
Because you're only going to be able to do that one time, and now you're never able to join my customs. Get it all out of your system, bro. Get it all though, come on. Yeah, you too, you too, you too. Get it all though. Happy? Hopefully that made your guys' day. I'm very happy that I can do that. That's my job. So.
Yo, I feel so bad, bro. I feel so bad.
That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. Or is that Optimus Primal? Then everyone's gonna activate their cloak, okay? Okay. And then you're gonna do your emote too, Optimus. Let's say you do it right now. Wait, is that Optimus Primal? Wait, everyone should be activated at this time. This is a test run. You think you're the king? I'm the king. Oh my gosh. Hey, I got ice cream, so joke's on you. Go and shotgun me, okay? But pickaxe me 3 times just so I can be one-tappable. Pickaxe me 4 times. 2, 3, 4. Okay. You should be able to one-pump me now, okay? Okay. So what's gonna happen, guys, is before I start, I'm gonna say go. Okay, what is that default skin doing? Default, can you come back? Oh my god, bro. You're banned, brother. You're banned. You're gone from the customs. That's it. That's it. Okay, I'm gonna take care of that after. Can we make a note of that name, guys? And can we?
I wonder how long it takes just to do one, like, just to try to get one video, bro.
On. Okay, that's it. Can we get another Vader? Sorry, can we get? Okay, let's just drop ammo and crowns. Okay, that's okay. All right, good. 20 HP or less. Oh, whoa, good. Okay, you need another? Bro, you're confusing me. You're good? Dude, of course, I'm sorry. I thought you were like full health. You just kept on doing it. All right, everybody in line, guys. Straight line, straight line, straight line, straight line. Everybody in, everybody in, everybody in. Perfect, I'm the enforcer. Yeah, you're not gonna jump though, promise, when we start. I'm gonna do a practice run. I want everyone. Okay, one sec. That's a long line. Everyone right now, look at the boomerang in your position. Do not jump, just look at your boomerang standing up. Oh, crap. Okay. That's fine. Sub only, emote only, and we're good. Okay, Flexi, thank you for the 500 bits. Appreciate it. It's 3 lines, 3 lines. Quick, quick. 35 seconds. So 1 right there, 1 right there, and 1 right there. Okay, perfect. That works. Okay. And now we have the new Wild Wasp jars. A-team, first person to give me a hug wins. Bro, why aren't you 1 HP? Oh my god, man. Screw it. Honestly, you come peek like right here, just chill here, okay? We just stay right there. Perfect. Well, that's alright, guys. I want to smack them real quick. Hey everyone, it's ⴱᴇ30 here. We have the Wild Wasp jars. They're brand new. A-team, the first person to give me a hug wins. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, wait, stop, guys. Guys, why is everybody climbing on the side? Like, I told you guys, so guys, please. Okay. Listen, I'm really grateful. You're gone, brother. What happened? What'd he do?
Oh, it's because he chose a black skin.
Oh my god. Nice, I'll get that guy too. Anyone that's alive right now that doesn't have the gauntlets, I'm banning you.
I'm
Final
joking.
call.
I'm joking.
Bro, I'm so annoyed by this guy. Dude, if you don't come forward right now, I'm just gonna back out and ban you. You're not joining customs. You're never getting V-Bucks. You're not gonna join the next trivia customs. Final call. Kill yourself from pace.
Yeah!
Like, this guy might revive a second later, so that's why I'm getting you guys to wait before you shoot. So the amazing is the cue for you guys to shoot. So, let's say you all got res right now.
Oh
amazing! Okay, you weren't supposed to kill him, but that's okay. You killed him. You're banned. And mods.
Wait, one more.
Y'all wanted another Nick A30 compilation.
One more.
So here you have it.
One more.
Enjoy.
One more.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going undercover in Nick A30's tournament, and this one has a very special twist. Nick, are you...
I could visit anywhere in the world. Where would you go? Taylor Swift.
Okay, he been watching too much Speed.
Joshua with the prime.
What the
Also
fuck
Havoc.
is this?
There's a way to trick your brain thinking there's salt in your mouth. You have to pretend you have an imaginary salt shaker and you're shaking it.
There's no way he falls for this. Oh my god.
Okay, that was funny.
He's gotta know, bro. He's gotta know, bro. He's gotta know. This is like the flight shit, bro. Like where you don't know if he's like trolling or if it's like for content or it's dead ass, bro.
My kingdom. Yep, that's good. That's good. Freaking tree. You almost ruined my day. Mods, ban that tree. And never back down. Never give up. The meme, the dream, this stream. Right, you better back up. Better back up.
What is that?
Better not cry, better not pout, I'm telling you why. Nick is coming to poop on your face. And you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it, Bob.
You know what? As long as he's having fun, man. As long as he's having fun, man, that's all that matters at the end of the day. Holy shit.
What up, Dokkaners? Today we are going to be taking our very first look at the new best Dokkan Festival unit in 2024. Yes, that is going to be how we spin this Trunks. This unit is not the best unit right now in general, but this is the best unit of 2024 because we haven't gotten very far, so don't write in. So we're going to just be running through probably a Cell red zone and maybe a Broly red zone just to see two different scenarios. But before we jump in, let's just quickly go over what the unit does. Mastered Evolution Android Cell Saga 170%, extra stats plus 30, 2 rapid growth Earth-bred fighters, raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes immense damage to the enemy. Passive key plus 2 attack and defense plus 150, plus an additional attack and defense plus 100, launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack. High chance to guard when there are another 3 or more Android Cell Saga category allies on the team. Plus an additional attack and defense plus 70% when performing a super attack. Attacks effective against all types when there's an enemy whose name includes Cell. Transforms when conditions are met. So when you are fighting Cell, you don't have to worry about critical so much. Well, actually, you're not going to worry about critical in general. But against Cell, you'll have a little bit of an easier time. So we're going to start with Cell. Transforms when conditions are met. Like it or not, you will transform either when you are fighting Cell by turn 5 or when you perform 5 or more attacks in battle. Whichever one comes first, you will transform like it or not. The cool thing about the unit is that you have the ability to use the active skill twice. One in the base form, and then, I think, and then one in the transform state. I believe that's how it works. So we're going to try that. Can be activated when HP is 60% or more, starting from the 3rd turn from the start of battle. Greatly raise attack temporarily, cause ultimate damage, and disables enemy action once within the turn. And then when we go super, we do this when HP is 60% or more, or when there's a name Cell enemy on the other side. Massively raise attack temporarily. cause ultimate damage, delay single target for 1 turn. Oh wow, that's actually better. All attacks become crits within the turn activated. So the difference here is that here you are canceling enemy action once, so they will still attack you or they will still do things within the turn, but when you transform and you do it, you end them for the entire turn, which is pretty dope. Okay, so the goal is to transform to Super Trunks. Super Trunks is much better. He raises attack and defense for 1 turn, cause immense damage. All attacks become crits for 1 turn. This is basically, he's emulating what his father can do. He plus 4 attack and defense plus 300 launches an additional attack and guards all attacks for 4 turns from the character's entry turn. I don't like that. The guarding part. Only 3 turns, that's so little. Plus an additional attack and defense up to 200%. The more HP remaining, the greater the stat boost. Plus an additional attack and defense plus 100 when performing a super attack. Stuns enemies attacked by the character's super attack. Links are medium, and we have only 1 copy. We're going to see how we do with just the 1 copy. No hit a potential build. But if I were to suggest a hit a potential build for those 3 of you who summoned and got more than the 1 copy, I would recommend that you go max additional, balance dodge. The reason why is simply because this is not going to be a unit that you would trust on a Fusion Zamasu style event. So instead of trying to force the issue by trying to make this unit someone that you would throw in the slot 1 or the slot 2, you're just gonna have to accept that this is one of those units that simply can't do what you want all the time. So you can either roll the dice with a full 15 dodge if you want, or you can make the most out of what you got and just have him do what he does best, and that is launching additionals. So if you give him max additional, it will allow him to potentially launch more supers, raise his stats more, thereby giving him a little bit more of a consistent time building and possibly defending with or without the guard. Obviously you want the guard, but if you don't get it, the next best thing is having as many stats as you can. So that's why additional is most important. Critical, not important. You get it when you transform. So as long as you can get there, you'll get the crit. So give him dodge. Max additional, balance dodge, or max dodge, balance additional. That is my recommendation, but there's like going to be none of you, except if you're a chain battle god, you've probably built it up. But if you're not a chain battle god, you probably don't have this unit. And I am now very much aware of the significance for why this build is how it is. So I'm not going to say anything. So anyway, let's jump into the Cell Red Zone event. I have the Gohan here. He is Rainbow. Don't ask. This guy was going to help us regulate our health. He gives us some health every single turn. The Piccolo will also regulate our health. So I believe with these 2 units, we should be fine. So I'm actually going to bring an Android Cell Saga boost support memory here. Let's jump in. And we don't have an intro animation, but we will have a transformation. Oh, man. Both of them are on the 2nd turn. That sucks. Okay, I'm gonna bench the rainbow. I'm gonna bench the rainbow friend unit. All right, so that gives us a permanent 15% stat boost. I'm gonna have Gohan go first. You know, this is really the only time we're gonna be using this unit. I don't foresee myself running these guys in another video anytime soon. So I'll have Gohan go there. I'll have Gohan go there, and then I'll go have Gohan go there. There we go. Oh, it's a full Gohan rotation. Just realized. Wow. What? 118,000. Help! Help! Dodge! Oh! Oh my god! I gave him max dodge. Oh, that 15 dodge just saved us. See, I don't believe in the 3 dodge nonsense. I give actual dodge in there. Okay, so he greatly raised attack permanently, and then he got hit twice. That's a pretty big difference. He went from taking 100,000 to double digits after getting hit once. That's pretty good. Oh wait, actually, hold on. I think he gains more stats after launching a super, though. That is there. All right, so we have, oh, this is a nice combo. The physical Future Gohan is actually a great combo with the Trunks, especially on long form events. This unit benefits from having a Future Saga Trunks on the rotation. This guy can be a slot 1 after a couple of turns when you've gained enough of the damage reduction. So yeah, this guy is great. But I'm gonna have the Trunks go for, oh, Trunks won't get hit. He's actually gonna heal, and whatever. All right, so I'll have my Trunks go first. Let's see how hard we can hit at 55%. Medium links, and how many links we got? We got 4 links active. So Ki +1. Super Saiyan gives us some attack. Prepare for Battle gives us Ki and attack and defense, but barely. And then Fierce Battle, so more attack. All right. Let's see how we do here. He's going to heal. And now Trunks with 6.1 million attack stat. Okay. 3.5 million damage. We did an additional and we did 1 million. Okay. So that's 2 attacks. All right. Thankfully, Gohan didn't launch another. Oh! Ouchie. Next turn, we're going to get a bunch of healing. We're going to get 10% from Gohan. We're going to get an extra 7% or 14% from Piccolo. And if we're below 40, Gohan's going to heal us even more. I think he did. I think Gohan did. Gohan has the ability to heal us 40% when HP is 40% or less once. And I think we just got that. All right. All right, so the super attack is happening in slot 1. I am going to keep the Piccolo around. I'm gonna have the Gohan go. Actually, I'm gonna have the Piccolo go first. Yeah, Piccolo's gonna go first. Then I'll have Gohan go, and then I'll have Gohan go. Nice dodge. All right, that actually works. Thanks. I'm really hoping this Trunks can at least surprise me on this event. All right, so only 1 super. I don't like that. How much are we gonna take? 200,000. 90K. Yeah, I think it was better to put him here.
I'm saying, but we about to see what Cardi and Playboy Cardi and Travis Scott about to do. It's called Back Rooms. I don't know what they doing in the back rooms. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they're doing in those private chats. I don't know if they're showing feet like Doja Cat back in 2016 or 2017, whenever she was showing feet. But we about to see. We about to hear what it is, man. It is what it is. You know what they doing? Nah, chill, bro. I don't. I've never been there. I don't know them. They could be up to some good. So let's see.
In the middle of the field, throw me a bomb, throwing that bitch like quarterback. Standing in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback.
Do you appreciate the 5?
Same game, walk. Oh, I bang, walk. With the flying game, walk. You too insane, don't need help. I took off my mask, you know. They man know how to bail out. And the hoes, they fucking the hoes. Big rocks on me, psycho.
I like this so far. What I'm having an issue with is high-pitched voice Cardi would go so much better on this track. Because this is just as enticing as that first track, You're the Moon. Just as enticing. Just as hypnotic.
Know what I know, I just hope. Big cups, I'm sipping flamingo. I was in the spot yesterday with my pops, my grandma still play bingo. Having this shit right now here, I was just zombie walk, can't feel myself, yeah. She used to train.
I know I saw a string. It's okay. I thought I just saw pure pussy for a second. I'm good though. It wasn't.
Like 12, just so you know we don't fuck with 12. Not in this bitch by myself, but I'm by myself. Dropping 30s, thinking they working, but they ain't doing nothing. Like improve something, just don't you remove.
He kind of eating this up. I'm not gonna lie, bro. He kind of eating him up. And I'm not gonna lie, on his own song, I can't cap right now. He's doing good.
I may never know what fool's coming. Yeah.
Stood in the field, holding me a bomb, throwing that hoe like a quarterback.
Once again, you know, it's another Cardi track that isn't like wowing me, but it's good. I'll listen to it. You know, out of everything that he put out so far, I think most of it's pretty low key and understated. This is probably one of the bigger shining examples.
TLS, artist from Ukraine.
Hold on. This is probably one of the bigger examples of a song like being more so, I won't say carried, but you know, it's a luxury to have another artist on this track with him, because if he did this the whole time by himself, I probably would call this the weakest out of everything that he dropped so far. I really think, you know, higher pitched would have well like suited this song, especially considering Travis Scott's kind of monotonous delivery and his tones. I think it would go better to help offset one another.
Legit freestyle?
I'm about to look at it in a second. You literally just saw it pulled up. Like, why are you like this stream? I don't know why you doing this. But yeah, like, it was a good track though. I still enjoyed it.
Freestyle, by the way.
Sean, relax. Why you so heated? I'm not even heated. My temperature is very, very like well suited to the environment that I'm in right now. I'm not even gonna say nothing. It's the new year, bro. It's a new year, new me. You know, I'm relaxing. My whole aura is just like chill, you know. Love your streams. Wanted to say thanks for helping become my better self. Aw, I appreciate you. Creme de la crime. Why is crime in your name and you saying that you become your better self after watching? What are you into? Expose yourself. Explain yourself. We can rub your shoulders and then I'ma steal the phone and uninstall an app. No, you're not, bro. I don't even use DoorDash like that. Chill. Calm the fuck down. I was about to say something insane, but this is a good song. I like this song. I would probably listen to it again. Full blast in a whip. You might be able to get this off at a concert. I like it, but I'm not hearing anything that's gonna get me like out of my seat for the new Cardi. What I'm hearing right now, appreciate you with the big 9 months. What I'm hearing right now is we've been in a Playboy Cardi drought, so the idea of Playboy Cardi music right now is just so appealing and enticing, and it's getting more people excited. But the quality of these records in terms of like what it is that they're doing and how big that they should be, given that he hasn't dropped music since like what, 2020, like solo work wise, I feel like we need more, you know what I'm saying, more than this. I feel like we need a bit more of a statement to be made. And hopefully, like I said, that's indicative, or that's like proven on the album. But from what I've heard so far, it's not indicative of like amazing things to come. But hopefully these are just loosies. I don't expect some of this to be on the album. You're the Moon is I think a good example. Do you think these songs are throwaways? I do. Just being honest, I do think these songs are throwaways. Some of them sound more like concepts or ideas, but I can't fully invest into that idea either, because if you listen to Whole Lotta Red, a lot of those songs were kind of fragmented. Some of those songs sounded kind of like concepts and ideas. The benefit that an album like that had, though, was Cardi was a lot more present when it came to what he had to do vocally. Even if the ideas vocally weren't all the way well put together, it was still entertaining and enjoyable because of how primitive and energetic it was from his part. But these are a lot more formulaic. They follow a little bit more of a formula. They're a little bit more predictable. I do like that he's utilizing the different contrasts within his voice, you know, going high pitched or low tone on certain songs, but it is what it is, you know. I'm hoping that there's gonna be more to come out of the 3-4 songs that he's dropped so far. I hope that pretty soon we're gonna be in a good position to hear some Cardi music that's a little bit more carefully crafted, you know what I'm saying? Not really like a offshoot, or it sounds like loosies or throwaways or something like that, you feel me? Album Friday, I don't believe you. I don't believe a Playboy Cardi album is coming for a couple weeks at the very earliest. I just don't believe it. Do I think someone like Cardi can still innovate his sound even more at this point? I do, but I'm not hearing it right now. But I could be wrong. In the context of an album, this might all fit. You feel me? And Travis Scott did well on this song. He didn't do anything different than what he normally does, but it fits on this song, I would say.
Well, at least one of them hates the other person, while the other has tried many times to be friendly and squash things. One rapper seemed to believe that they were actually friends, while the other looked at their relationship as a business transaction. After 2 weeks of research, it's safe to say that one MC has lost every ounce of respect for the other. You guys really liked my last video where I broke down all the subliminal disses from Drake's new album, so I decided to stick with a similar style. And in my last video, I asked you guys to hit the like button, which is something I don't usually do, but the video did really well, and I don't know if that's why, but just do me a favor and hit that like button again. Thanks.
I will.
When it comes
on
to
my
Kendrick
main
and Drake,
account.
they weren't always on bad terms. Back in 2011, Drake had already blown up, and Kendrick had yet to release a major debut album. Now, Kendrick was definitely buzzing, but he was far from the star that Drake was. Even back in 2009, Kendrick mentioned Drake on a track where he pretty much admits that he thinks he's better.
Me and my girl split the bucket KFC. She listening to Drake, and all I can say is damn, these niggas that much better than me, baby.
So Kendrick identified really early on that the mainstream hip-hop wasn't really his thing. However, on June 16, 2011, Kendrick performed in Toronto for the very...
I didn't get that from what he said. I was just thinking like it's more like, damn, so my shit, like, so my dick small? Like, basically that's the energy I got from that bar right there. I didn't really think he was like dissing Drake. It was just like, so what's wrong with me?
First time, and when Drake found out he was in the city, he decided to hit him up so that they could meet.
I need y'all to know, it's my first time out here, you dig?
And Kendrick would speak about meeting Drake in a XXL magazine and said, "That's a real good dude. He got a real genuine soul." We clicked immediately.
Okay.
And it was during that meeting that Kendrick provided Drake with a copy of his unreleased album, Section 80.
Visions of Martin Luther staring at me.
Kendrick said that Drake was the first person outside of his team to hear Section 80 and that Drake was blown away by the project. I even found a 2011 tweet where Drake posted Kendrick's lyrics from ADHD. Drake liked Kendrick's music so much that he asked him to be on his upcoming. I found a 2011 tweet where Drake posted Kendrick's lyrics from ADHD. Drake liked Kendrick's music so much that he asked him to be on his upcoming sophomore album, Take Care. Throughout the track, Kendrick talks about meeting Drake for the first time and how he was surprised that Drake wasn't fake like most of the music business.
Hit me with the saying, I thought he was gonna sell me a false word like the rappers I know.
Kendrick outlines how Drake showed him a taste of what being rich and famous actually looked like.
Damn.
On the track, Kendrick really battles with the idea of becoming famous as he's worried that it will change him for the worse.
Yeah, like, damn, this next level that I'm going to, will I get caught up in the lifestyle and would that make me a breaky? And that's what the whole record was about when I did the interlude.
And I mean, even back then, we could see the difference in these two artists where Drake is talking about the Maybachs and his lavish life, and Kendrick is worried about his mental health and his, his relationships, his friendships. Is interesting because just 2 or 3 years later, the dude did get depressed from just being in the industry.
I didn't know you were suffering from depression the way you said you was on the album.
Yeah.
Like, did the industry call it that?
Not the industry, just the change.
And Drake only continues to show Kendrick more love by taking him and ASAP Rocky on his Club Paradise tour.
This is my brother ASAP Rocky. This is my brother Kendrick Lamar. I'm on this Club Paradise tour, matter of fact. My nigga Drake, TDE, high power in this,
And Drake has always claimed to have fought with management to take these guys on tour because his label had other plans.
It's people I can put on here that the label wants me to put on here, but I fight for this one reason. Like, I fight to promote what I love. You know what I'm saying? I fight to promote the music that I truly love. So
Drake would mention this again in 2016 on his track 4 PM in Calabasas.
When he told me take an R&B on the road, and I told him I drew for Kendrick and Rocky.
However, Kendrick's superstardom quickly catches up with Drake, as a year later he dropped one of the best hip-hop albums of all time, Good Kid, Mad City.
I used to be jealous of him to follow. He was the one to follow.
And Black Boy Fly is a bonus track, but to me, that's one of the most beautiful songs on that album. Absolutely amazing storytelling. And it was on that album where Drake returns the favor and gives Kendrick a feature on Poetic Justice.
I really hope you play this, cause oh girl, you test my patience.
And on the day that the album dropped, Drake even posted a tweet saying, "Congratulations to Kendrick, incredible body of work, honored to be a part of it." However, even at this point, Kendrick and Drake couldn't be more different in terms of how they approach music and life in general.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Maybe I'm learning that now. That's not really my peace of mind, having money.
I love Electra Tongue's shoulders.
You love the shoulders?
I just love her shoulders.
She's actually blushing as well. She's
no doubt about it, they're just two different guys. Next, we get a bit of an inside look on how Kendrick actually sees Drake as a person when the legend himself, DMX, claims that he would love to beat Drake up.
Man, I wish it was like maybe 7 years ago.
This is the worst thing ever, and it's pretty traumatic having somebody like be this like legendary status in like a lane that you also want to be respected so greatly in, and for them to be like, I hate you, I despise you, I like nothing about you, I don't respect you in any capacity. Even if it's justifiable, it's got to be a horrible feeling to have that knock against you while you're in like the same lane, not making the same music necessarily, but like you would love to be admired and respected at the rate at which people do and revere DMX. But having this happen, I just feel like that would be like a traumatic thing in my opinion. Like it would be a horrible thing for me to hear.
So, well, maybe like 10 years ago, but catch earlier to beat him up.
And just a few days later, Kendrick was asked about his thoughts on DMX's rant, and he thought it was hilarious, saying that his entire tour bus nearly died of laughter.
I wonder why these in the front of the bus just cracking up, like hitting walls and shit, just crying. I'm like, what you niggas talking about? They mute, they stop laughing, right? I just hear X going off on the laptop, just spazzing. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, yeah, he's going in right now.
Now remember, Drake is pretty sensitive, so if he did see that, he probably felt a way about it. So the two would work.
I don't think you have to be sensitive to feel a way about that though, bro. Like if that happened to me, it's like
What about Drake? You like Drake?
No.
What about Drake? You like Drake?
No.
My man.
He didn't even say a little bit.
Okay,
Now, why don't you like Drake?
I don't like
Talented, but
Drake.
Lyrically?
Absolutely. I feel him. I'm not gonna say lyrically, but I feel him.
You just said lyrically though.
He's not. Yeah, he's not a great lyricist. I feel him. Yeah. No. No, he's not a great lyricist.
We talking about lyrics.
I feel him.
Oh, all right.
I feel him.
Right.
Like if I had to compare them, I'd say like Rick Ross is dope lyrically. You know. If I had to compare the two, I'd say Rick Ross was more like Biggie, Jeezy was more like Pac. Because Pac wasn't the best lyricist, but you felt him.
Rick Ross looks more like Biggie.
Rick Ross got lyrics though.
All right, well, I guess.
I saw
You gotta
DMX.
love DMX.
Now for you.
I'm just not impressed, man. Real talk. I'm just not
So
impressed.
who impresses DMX right now? Anybody?
Me.
Okay.
J. Cole is nice.
J. Cole
is nice. You know, lyrically, you know, I heard his first song on the radio before I even knew who it was. Like, damn, who's that? You mean something like just grabbed my attention like that.
I'm surprised you don't like Ross lyrically, man. Ross be
He's
spitting.
alright, man. He just talk about eating and you know, girlfriend too much. You know, how much can it eat? How much weed can you smoke? Huh? Like, alright, let's talk about something else. I know you got a Maybach, you got the Aston Martin. Okay,
I feel
good
you.
for you. Damn, I mean, like, come on, I see a whole other side of the coin, son.
What do you think about Lil Wayne?
We got a good relationship.
I think well, everything you said about Wayne is exactly what everything you just said about Ross is what I think about Wayne.
Yeah.
I think all he talks about is smoking weed.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of nothing.
I said we cool.
What about Drake? You like Drake?
No.
My man.
He didn't even say a little bit. He didn't even say halfway.
That's my guy right there.
No.
That's why X is necessary in the game right there.
Okay. Now why don't you like Drake?
I don't like anything about Drake.
My
I don't like his voice. I don't like what he talks about. I don't.
Jeez, I be trying to tell these face.
I don't like the way he walks, like nothing. I don't like his haircut. I might just let me shut up. I'll just stop right there.
Oh my God.
Damn it, man.
No, but listen, that's why DMX is necessary. You know why? Because when you got these legendary hip, this is why the game has gotten so whack. You got legendary hip hop figures. You just give these guys passes.
Yeah.
Who don't say anything? Who don't say it's okay?
No dudes, nothing.
It's okay to say, yo, this dude is whack. I think he's whack. It's okay to say that. That's
too much politics.
It's too much politics. You don't gotta act like you like something for what?
Gulping and burping.
Oh my God.
And for those that don't know what that means, sucking. You know.
They got it. They got it.
With the fam, like, you know, I don't understand why he wasn't in the cypher for one.
Gotcha.
You know, and you know, I called him when I got there. He didn't answer the phone. You know what I'm saying? But for the Rocky Brothers, I called him. He came through. But I called him like when I got time, like, yo, where Drag at? Like, how we gonna, you know, represent the R without Drag? Like, come on, Drag.
Why you didn't put him on your album?
Cause I was down here. Why was that?
You could have sent him.
I was on it first. Yeah. Like I said, I really didn't do much reaching out. You know, I said I was just focused on, you know, because I banged the album out since I came home from prison. So, I mean, you know, they had possession of my album, and, you know, I said, all right, you know, I was in a situation where, like, all right, you have an album, you know, y'all went and took my music from the studio, cool, keep that. I mean, I'm gonna bang a whole new joint out, you know what I'm saying? And, oh, we want this one. Exactly. So, you know.
Have you been converted to a Drake fan yet?
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I don't think it'll ever happen.
What do you think about the new Aaliyah album now that they said is?
Oh, that's a good question because you worked with Aaliyah.
Well, no, Drake is supposed to be executive producing it.
And he hasn't contacted Missy or Timberland, to be honest.
Disrespectful.
Very much so.
Disrespectful. Like that don't even make sense. See, that's what I'm saying. Like you can't do it like that. That's like wrong, man. Like, man, I wish it was like maybe 7 years ago. Well, maybe like 10 years ago, where, you know, you catch the elevator, beat them up. Yeah. And just let them know, like, it's real, son. Like, you can't just walk around doing.
You can still do that. It's just going to end up on World Stuff.
Yeah.
You can.
Right, you can. Yeah.
You cannot. You are not gonna catch Drake and no LA.
What? I'm not saying DMX is like Drake's idol or nothing like that, but that would be like, damn, that would make me sad. It would. I don't care how thick-skinned I am. I would just be like, what the fuck did I do?
Together for the very last time on one of 2013's biggest hits, ASAP Rocky's Problem.
Girl, I know you want this. Girl, I'm Kendrick Lamar.
But that was it. After that, you never see these two on a track together again. In 2013, things started to get a lot more competitive between the two, because at this point, Kendrick was not just an up-and-comer, he had become that guy.
Getting a lot of accolades from your peers and the hip-hop icon.
I love Kendrick Lamar.
#1 on that list. Kendrick Lamar, what's up?
The hip-hop savior, it seems like. Woo!
And let's not forget, Drake is still Drake. He had a phenomenal year also.
Shout out to Hamilton, shout out to Toronto one time. Like, the best rap album goes, and they said take care. Oh my God!
Given the success of both artists, the media, and fans started to debate who was better, and Kendrick started off the year with a bang when he was awarded MTV's Hottest MC in Hip-Hop.
And we went through about 15 of them, narrowed it down to 10. The 10 became 5, the 5 became 2. And you, Kendrick Lamar, are the hottest MC in the game, according to the MTV brain.
And most of Kendrick's hip-hop friends seem to be happy for him.
I heard you're not happy about that.
Nah, I wasn't until I found out who's #1. They made my man #1, K-Dot,
Yes.
Kendrick, so I'm straight with that.
However, Drake was one person that certainly did not send any sort of congratulations to Kendrick.
What about your rap peers? Did they call? I know it's kind of competitive, so did they say congratulations?
My rap peers, he Cole.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about it.
And I mean, at this point, Drake's at least got to be thinking, like, this guy's starting to become a problem. He's getting a little bit close now. And Kendrick's winning streak was just beginning, as 2 months later, he cleaned up at the 2013 BET
Crab, appreciate the
Awards,
2 gifted.
winning the Best Male Hip-Hop Artist over Drake.
I came up in that same county building, food stamps, welfare, Section 8.
And this time,
Nigga, I'm jealous. Fuck you mean? I'm not even a rapper. And hearing this nigga get all these accolades, I'm like, what the fuck? These niggas don't know I make music too? Oh, he feeling like Kendrick when he wrote that verse. Remember when he said that in the beginning? Remember what he said on that shit? He like, damn, so my shit trash? Yo, it full circle.
I did find a tweet from
Full
Drake
circle.
where he congratulates Kendrick on the win. Congrats to Kendrick as well. Nothing was the same. With all that said, things were about to change. August 12th, 2013 was a special moment for hip-hop. To this day, it still stands out as one of the most exciting things to happen in the last decade. On Big Sean's Control, Kendrick let everyone in hip-hop know just how competitive he was when it came to that #1 spot.
We usually homeboys with the same as I'm rhyming with, but this is hip-hop.
And the niggas should know what time it is, and that goes for 괍ᴜᴇᴜ, 괜ᴜᴜ, Pusha T, Meek Mills, ASAP Rocky, Drake.
Big Sean, J Electron, Tyler McMillan. I got love for you all, but I'm trying to murder you niggas. Trying to make sure your core fans never heard of you niggas. They don't want to hear not one more now no verb from you niggas.
And we could really, really use a moment like that right now in hip-hop.
It's rain like it's Mayweather, good music, yay weather.
Why? You don't need that. Even back then, when the Control verse came out, you didn't need that. People just needed a spark for to be better creatively. And at this time, I think 2013, didn't Drake probably drop? Was that this year that Nothing Was the Same came out? I don't believe you got to come together either, but like it's like, what if looking at competition and rap is like the only thing that motivates you? Like I'm like, for what? I don't really get that. You don't really need to go back and forth.
And let's just give it up for Big Sean, because to me, he had one of his career best verses, but it just got overshadowed because of Kendrick's verse.
I said fuck trying and not doing, cause not doing is something a nigga not doing. I grew up the end big and pop, bitch, and got ruined. So until I got the same crib, big hat in that juicy vid, bitch, I can't motherfucking stop moving.
That's so fucked up too, bro.
But when it came to Kendrick's verse, nobody that he mentioned had a problem with it.
It's a sport. I used to think like that, but it's not, bro. It's about the music, because that's what's gonna stand the test of time. And like Drake says, he's probably gonna include the clip. Who's listening to it now? That's the point. We're not playing sport music. We're playing real music. Shit that people are gonna listen to when they want to feel good, when they want to get up, when they want to hear a message, blah, 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 blah. I'm not listening to you have a competition on song and being like genuinely entertained for it long term. I'm not going back to diss records to hear good music. I'm just not.
K-Dot and them niggas, that's fame, yo. I think hip-hop need this shit, man,
You know, I knew what it was for hip-hop culture. I knew how important it was.
He said my name, like you said my name, said a couple people's name, and he said he's the best rapper. I say I'm the best rapper every song I'm on.
Yeah, but he wasn't coming.
Rap beef, a core part of rap, in my opinion. It can be entertaining. I just don't think it's something that people should search for in order for the music to be like better. Because in reality, I don't think it motivates anyone to be better. I just think it motivates you to be petty. And it really generally just bogs down listening experiences where you otherwise could just make more enjoyable music. The most enjoyable music to me doesn't come from rap beef, though. It just doesn't.
I'm in that disrespectful.
Ways come at him in a competitive way.
So for me, it's one of the things where I appreciate.
And like I said, regardless of Control, Drake still dropped one of his best albums with Nothing Was the Same that same year without going back and forth on the whole Kendrick shit.
Necessarily as this, hip hop is competitive, but I am a competitor.
Wait, sorry. Nobody had a problem except for Drake.
I just like, I don't know, it just wasn't real to me. It's like, I saw him after that, and it was just like love. So it's like, was that real, or was that just like for the people? You know what I mean?
I think it's a sparring kind of sport.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, you know, then let it be real. Then, you know, I mean, because those were harsh words, right? So it's like,
I wouldn't say they're harsh words, but I think what he's trying to say is that this would come off better or be more effective if you actually meant that we had a problem. But you pretending that we don't have a problem and then saying like, oh, it's for competition. Like, I'm not inspired or motivated to go back at you. What, am I go back on a song and then be like, oh yeah, like I think that's boring. When you could just make better songs or better music. Harsh words is crazy, but what he's saying is true in the sense that like, this don't mean shit.
you can't just say that and then see me and be like, yeah, man, what's up? Pretending like nothing ever happened. Like, that's not real.
And this right here is a perfectly good example of why people call Drake soft and emotional. You can't act this way and then sit back and wonder why people are labeling you as such. Like, this is why. And it's interesting because when Drake came into the game, he seemed to understand that competition changed the genre.
It's a great thing, though, to be competitive with those guys because you're always pushing yourself. I mean,
yeah, you're pushing yourself and being competitive based on your own view of their work and their own view of your work, not going on a song and saying them by name and then being like, oh yeah, like we're in competition. Like, obviously, nigga, you think I'm sitting up here making these songs because I'm just only inspired by me? I see what you're doing. I see what he's doing. I see what this person's doing. Like, cool. But getting on a track to state the obvious is just like, okay, now what?
And look, Drake was not a rapper that you could just push around. He did go toe-to-toe with people before. Back in the day, a Toronto rapper by the name of Kirito seriously tried to end Drake's career, and it didn't end well for this guy.
This was so early.
It was Good Riddance, it was Lights Out, it was a body, and that's what it was, man. And that's why Good Riddance, and what happened? Good riddance, right? Bye.
I remember when this dropped because it was all over the hip-hop blogs in Canada. And yeah, we did have hip-hop blogs in Canada in 2009. They did exist. With all that said, Drake dropped Nothing Was the Same, and we get to hear the first subliminal shot for Kendrick. On the track titled The Language, Drake immediately starts out with a shot.
I don't know why they've been lying, but your shit is not that inspiring.
So when Kendrick's Control verse dropped, Drake stated on multiple occasions that he did not find the verse impressive, that he thought it was for shock value, and that it would soon be forgotten.
I mean, that isn't direct enough to say that it specifically applies to Kendrick. It's mad people that it could be applying to. I know who you think you want it to fit the context of this video, which is cool, but like I don't think that's direct enough for you to assume he means Kendrick specifically.
It was real cool for like, you know, a couple weeks. But like if I ask you, for example, like how does that verse start?
One of Drake's more notable claims
was not lying.
Kendrick had a great first album, but he questioned whether or not he could do it again.
And as far as Kendrick goes, like I can't wait to see what he does because now it's time to show and prove. And consistency it's been one album. Consistency is like you need more than one album. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's time to show and prove it.
Drake claimed that he was all about putting out memorable bodies of work as opposed to creating.
He was definitely in his feelings right there, though.
Moments.
When it comes to competition, I'm more worried about.
Heated.
he was mad as fuck during this interview. He was, but he had a point.
Consistency. I'm more worried about bodies of work.
However, Drake continues to send some more shots.
Any nigga that's talking that shit just to get a reaction.
Again,
okay, now that was probably a shot.
Drake refers to Kendrick as someone that wrote the Control verse to get attention.
I am the kid with the motor mouth. I am the one you should worry about.
A motor mouth is defined as a person who talks quickly and continuously, often without considering what they're saying. In this case, someone that raps fast. Is clearly about Kendrick.
Talking that shit with your back to me, just know it always get back to me.
So outside of the DMX comment, there were some other interviews where Kendrick had laughed at Drake's expense.
I heard about you touring with Drake. I was like, that's dope, that's dope. But I was like, well, I hope he
That's
doesn't hang with
funny
Drake
because
too hard.
looking
Because
back, Kendrick clearly cares more about bodies of work emo.
Yeah, when we look at the test of their albums long term, yeah, it clearly shows who cared more.
Drake isn't exactly doing what we thought he would, what many of nerdy backpackers like myself thought he might be doing a few years ago. Right.
And honestly, man, at this point, I would not be one bit surprised if Kendrick said something behind Drake's back and it got back to him. Like, I wouldn't be surprised at all. At the 2013 BET Hip Hop Awards, Kendrick decided to throw some gas on the fire. He went into the awards with the most nominations at 14, and Drake was a very close second with 13. However, Kendrick would be the man to come out on top, winning Lyricist of the Year, MVP of the Year, Album of the Year, and Feature of the Year. Drake also came out with a handful of awards for Best Hip Hop Video, Track of the Year.
But it don't hit the same when a nigga that you going back and forth with, just even if they beat you by one, like this nigga, man.
People's Champ. However, it would be Kendrick again that stole the show.
Yeah, and nothing been the same since they dropped Control and cut the sense of the rapper back in his pajama clothes. Ha ha, jokes on you, high five. I'm bulletproof, your shots will never penetrate. Pin it down on a donkey, boy, you been a big.
So, pretty self-explanatory, Kendrick uses Drake's album title Nothing Was the Same to call him out for being sensitive regarding the Control verse. And this whole thing got a lot of people excited, and just the very next day, Sway asked Kendrick if the bars were meant.
Schoolboy, man, where are you at? He gotta come this year, bro. He has to.
For Drake.
When did he drop Soccer Dad? Like back in 2022? God damn.
I don't know, was that directed towards Drake or anybody in particular?
Huh? That was having fun as usual.
Uh-huh.
But Drake did not seem to think so, and just a few weeks later, he came with some more subliminal shots on a future track titled Shit. And that's the name of the song, Shit. But I always liked this record.
Took niggas out the hood like I'm from there. So you know it's all good when I come there. I hear you talk about your city like you run there. Then I'm from a tour to your city, you my son there, nigga.
And to me, this is one of the best subliminal shots of the whole saga. Like, Drake sounds like Jay-Z here. It's a very Hove-like thing to say where he's just completely sunning Kendrick. So it's been known that Kendrick puts on heavy for the West Coast, claiming that he's the king, but Drake refers to him as his son because Kendrick went on his first big tour with Drake, and of course they had some shows in California. At the time, even Kendrick admitted that he was not used to these large crowds.
The transition of me doing the 2,000 venues I've been doing back then is a little sketchy for me doing this 10,000. I gotta really work. Imagine.
I even found a Kendrick tweet from 2012 when he was on tour with Drake, where he
no.
says, "Finally home, LA, Club Paradise, let's see what happens tonight."
And if a nigga say my name, he the hot shit. But if I say that nigga name instead of hot shit, lucky I'm feeling to the gossip.
So this one clearly a reference to Kendrick's Control verse. A lot of MCs responded to Kendrick with a verse of their own, and Drake is basically claiming that given the fact that he's a bigger artist, if he said a verse of their own to Kendrick's Control verse, a lot of MCs responded to Kendrick.
And I'm still a beast with these flows.
Kendrick with a verse of their own, and Drake is basically claiming that given the fact that he's a bigger artist, if he says Kendrick's name, he's just doing him a favor. And this next one's not even a diss. I just want to show you guys my favorite line from the song.
Would Drake have gotten washed if he responded to Kendrick at this point? I really don't know. There's a lot that both probably could say.
Here, there's thunder.
It's very hard to give a definitive answer. Because, like, even now I'd be hard pressed to be like, oh yeah, who would that, like, what would happen? But at the same time, it wouldn't happen now. I don't think Kendrick's in that space.
Niggas ain't got a grill, still ice grill hate. I know you already know Mike Will made it. Just looking at the numbers, nigga, ice and amazing. I'll call Michael Jordan up and Mike Will make it. I'm a young cat.
You know, he just signed a deal with Jordan. Mike Will made the beat. Shit.
Mike Will make it, I already know Mike Will made it. Just looking at the numbers, nigga, I feel amazing. I call Michael Jordan up and Mike Will make it. I'm a young cat.
You know, he just signed a deal with Jordan. Mike Will made the beat. Shit's fire. Come on. However, just a few days later, an issue of Vibe magazine was released, and Drake talks about Kendrick again, stating how he didn't like how the Control verse messed with the rollout of his album. Where it became an issue is that I was rolling out an album while that verse was still bubbling, so my album rollout became about this thing. Drake then continues to position himself as someone that is above anything that Kendrick has to say. He's hungry, so he's going to do what he has to do, like the BET cypher, but again, it's not enough for me to go. I have to realize I'm being baited, and I'm not going to fall. Jordan doesn't have to play pickup to prove that he can play ball. No offense. Now, at this point in the story, we're about to witness one of the biggest upsets in Grammy history. At the
conflict is pitiless. Show no mercy.
The 56th annual Grammy Awards, Kendrick lost the Hip Hop Album of the Year to Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, and rightfully so. People were outraged.
Macklemore and Ryan Lewis.
All you gotta do is look at Pharrell's face, because it says it all. He's just trying to get off the stage as quickly as possible, like, why did they get me to do this?
You can't even see his face with this big ass fucking hat on.
He's just trying.
What do you mean?
To get off the stage as quickly as possible, like, why did they get me to do this? And Macklemore, feeling the heat, decided to text Kendrick afterwards and say that he felt he should have won and that he got robbed. And it would have been a nice gesture if he didn't take a screenshot of the text and post it on social media for everyone to see. And just a month later, Drake gave his 2 cents.
Pharrell should have walked off that fucking stage because he knew Happy was coming. That's why the fuck he got off that stage so soon. That's why.
In a Rolling Stone.
He knew he was about to terrorize the fucking world.
You won. Why are you posting your text messages? Just chill.
Wait, when did Happy come out? I don't remember, but that was a sin.
W, and if you feel like you didn't deserve it, go get better, make better music. It felt cheap, it didn't feel genuine. Why do that? Why feel guilt? You think those guys would pay homage to you if they won? Name just Kendrick? That shit made me feel funny. No, in that case, you robbed everybody. We all need text messages. Now you guys tell me.
Wait, hold on, wait, what the fuck did you just say? Let me go back.
You won. Why are you posting your text messages? Just chill, take your W, and if you feel like you didn't deserve it, go get better, make better music. It felt cheap, it didn't feel genuine. Why do that? Why feel guilt? You think those guys would pay homage to you if they won? Name just Kendrick? That shit made me feel funny. No, in that case, you robbed everybody. We all need text messages.
What the fuck? You don't all need text messages. The only person in the category that should be upset is Kendrick, because he's the only one that was nominated as well. I get what he's saying though, but like, everybody is crazy.
Now you guys tell me, does Drake seem like he's defending Kendrick in this article?
No, it sounds like fuck that nigga, where's my I'm sorry?
Or does it seem like he's salty because he's not in the mix. At this point, the feud dies down for about 8 months, and Drake even had some very kind words
that's
for Kendrick
crazy.
at his OVO fest.
That's actually crazy.
J. Cole.
And while you all got your phones out, I want to shout out my nigga Kendrick Lamar. Shout out to Kendrick. Kendrick was on my album. We went on tour together. That's one of the hardest niggas alive.
J. Cole. He's looking like, oh shit, what he about to do? He like, what's the fuck? Wait, you ain't say you was about to do this.
Right there, he's legendary, so shout out to him. He should be standing right there.
However, it looks like Kendrick did not get the message, as just 2 months later, he responds to Drake's Motormouth line on a J-Rock track titled Pay For It.
I tell him all the L King Kendrick, resurrecting my vengeance, been dissecting your motor mouth till I break down the engine.
Clearly a response to Drake's subliminal on the language. Again, Kendrick inserts himself as the king, and he doesn't seem to think that Drake can go to distance with him. And it will
because that shout out was fucking weak. You could see through it.
Be just 2 weeks later where Kendrick gets asked.
At that point, it's just like more of a hassle to think you actually have a beef with bro. So it's like, if you can read through that, it's like, nah, fuck you, nigga.
About this alleged diss.
You know, a lot of rumors are with the Drake thing. Like, you know, did you really bring the Drake thing back with the J Rock single, or what's that about?
What?
The Drake feud? Or
Look at them going. Damn, man, it's disgusting. That's people digging in. That's people digging in way too far.
Once again, we're all reaching, and it's not about Drake. And just a few days later, Kendrick would get asked about his now year-old control verse, and this time he said that all the people that mattered understood it, but for the people who didn't, they don't matter.
The people that respect it, you know, those people need to do it. Yeah, what's the important people? That respect and real love, and people that don't respect it, obviously, they just people that don't get it, and really didn't matter.
And again, Kendrick claims that the chances of seeing him and Drake go head-to-head is slim to none because they're two different artists.
It's just a whole different dynamic. I can't see myself going bar for bar with Drake. We're two different type of artists.
Nah, that nigga, I'm sorry, bro. Kendrick just did the biggest little nigga shit ever. He basically said, I don't take him serious, is what that basically says. You can say it's a reach if you want, but I know if Drake is listening to that, or if anybody's actually listening to that that's a rapper, literally I don't take you serious enough to even pick up my pen for you, bro. But you've been doing that low-key.
You need Drake. I've argued that.
And I honestly,
is he wrong? Of course he's wrong. Of course he's wrong.
I honestly feel like this is just Kendrick downplaying Drake as not being on his level. I don't think he respects Drake. I don't think he really ever respected Drake. And there's some underlying meaning behind this when he keeps saying it.
Would Drake be somebody you would like to have some fun with?
Nah, I couldn't.
What the fuck are these questions?
Backgrounds, I really don't see that playing out, you know, as entertaining. Maybe to, you know, the people listening. You know.
He just said he not in his bracket. Nigga, they're both rappers. Like, clearly one might glamorize a certain lifestyle a bit more, but like acting like you can't beef with a nigga because you're more philosophical in your messaging and shit like that. That's not what he meant. That's totally different.
Not for myself.
Keep in mind, Kendrick was classified as the savior of hip-hop. He was embraced by everyone just for the art, whereas someone like Drake really had to go to distance to prove himself, and even then, he could never win over the fans that admired a certain level of lyricism. Many consider Drake to be a pop star, and I feel like Kendrick is saying this without really saying it. However, next Drake drops his surprise mixtape, If You're Reading This Is Too Late, and on that project, he had some more shots for Kendrick.
They gon' say your name on them airwaves. They gon' hit you right after like it's only rap.
So Drake had claimed previously that he saw Kendrick just 5 days after the Control verse, and it was all love.
I know that verse had no malice behind it because I saw him 5 days later at the DNA, and it was all love.
And at this time, Drake was the talk of the town because this surprise project made a big splash. So just a few weeks later, Kendrick decided to shake things up and finally dropped his long-awaited album by surprise as well.
And when I wake up, I recognize you looking at me for the pay cut.
Bro, you know how mad I'd be, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. If I'm Drake, I'll be mad as fuck. I put all this effort and energy in it. If You're Reading This Is Too Late. Lots of people love it. It's still one of his best shits. One of his best records. Then this nigga dropped the greatest rap album of the generation. And you gotta sit there and watch everybody love it. I would be hot. I would be so mad.
Naturally, fans and the media pitted the two albums against each other.
And you can't, because this is where Kendrick actually comes into the conversation and it's like, oh, okay, maybe he was right. Maybe they are two different artists. Maybe there's a big disconnect, because If You're Reading This Is Too Late is great, and then you compare it to Pimp a Butterfly, you're like, oh, Like, let somebody hear this first. Cool. This one, oh.
Kendrick, bruh, how do you let Drake drop a mixtape that goes harder than your album? A freaking mixtape.
Who said that?
Not gonna make.
You compare it to Pimp a Butterfly, you like, oh.
Receive divinity. Repay.
Like, let somebody hear this first. Cool. This one, oh.
The dead return.
Kendrick, bruh, how do you let Drake drop a mixtape that goes harder than your album? A freaking mixtape.
Who said that?
Not gonna compare Drake and Kendrick anymore because they're not even playing the same sport right now. Kendrick is in his own league. And comparing these projects makes zero sense.
It doesn't.
Apples to oranges. Drake's project was great for club DJ, gym playlist, cruising in the car.
No, I mean, it was better. It was, even if you peel back the lyrics a little bit and you listen to it, it's like, it's a lot of good shit in there. It is. But it's different intentions, you know what I'm saying?
Whereas Kendrick's album touched on real-world issues, was chanted during protests, and is looked at today as one of the greatest hip-hop albums of all time. However, Drake wasn't done as he let another one go on the Game's track 100.
At this point, Drake can no longer go at Kendrick at this point. Once that album drops, anything you say is like invalidated because and if you're reading this is too.
So Drake had claimed previously that he saw Kendrick just 5 days after the Control verse, and it was all love.
I know that verse had no malice behind it because I saw him 5 days later at the VMAs and it was all love.
And at this time, Drake was the talk of the town because this surprise project made a big splash. So just a few weeks later, Kendrick decided to shake things up and finally dropped his long-awaited album by surprise as well.
And when I wake up, I recognize you looking at me for the pay cut.
Bro, you know how mad I'd be, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. If I'm Drake, I'll be mad as fuck. I put all this effort and energy in it. If you're reading this is too late. Lots of people love it. It's still one of his best shits. One of his best records. Then this nigga dropped the greatest rap album of the generation. And you gotta sit there and watch everybody love it. I would be high. I would be so mad.
Naturally, fans and the media pitted the two albums against each other.
And you can't, because this is where Kendrick actually comes into the conversation and it's like, oh, okay, maybe he was right. Maybe they are two different artists. Maybe there's a big disconnect, because if you're reading This Is Too Late is great, and then you compare it to Pimp a Butterfly, you're like, oh. Like, let somebody hear this first? Cool. This one? Oh.
Kendrick, bro, how do you let Drake drop a mixtape that goes harder than your album? Freaking mixtape.
Who said that?
Not gonna compare Drake and Kendrick anymore because they're not even playing the same sport right now. Kendrick is in his own league. And comparing these projects makes zero sense.
It doesn't.
Apples to oranges. Drake's project was great for club DJs, gym playlist, cruising in the car.
No, I mean, it was better. It was, even if you peel back the lyrics a little bit and you listen to it, it's like, it's a lot of good shit in there. It is. But it's different intentions, you know what I'm saying?
Whereas Kendrick's album touched on real-world issues, was chanted during protests, and is looked at today as one of the greatest hip-hop albums of all time. However, Drake wasn't done as he let another one go on the Game's track 100.
At this point, Drake can no longer go at Kendrick at this point. Once that album drops, anything you say is like invalidated, because all I gotta do is play you a record off to Pimp a Butterfly just to invalidate your whole shit. At that point, if I'm Kendrick, I'm no longer responding to Drake.
I would have all of your fans if I didn't go poppin'. I stayed on some conscious shit.
Again, Kendrick had just released Pimp a Butterfly, his most conscious album to date, and Drake is basically saying that he could do that style if he wanted, but he's on a different mission with his music. Also important to note, the video for this track was filmed in Compton, so Drake is saying all this while in Kendrick City.
I'm in the club every time that they play the competition. If they even play the competition, then I seen a response to get.
Now, the Game was asked about this, and he didn't seem to think it was a shot at Kendrick, but he also didn't count it out.
Bro, I saw niggas take this picture. I don't know if it was, I don't think it was real, of the Game, Nipsey, Kendrick. I forgot who else was in the photo. And they were like, well, somebody don't belong in this picture. Niggas was saying the Game didn't belong in that picture. Niggas really said that. Like I would hate to be so far removed from some of my best work that people think I'm trash now. Shit crazy. No, they had Nipsey Hussle and the game on those same photos, and then niggas were saying, nah, the game can go. He's the one that can be out of that conversation. That sounds fucking insane.
However, one of the worst things to be exposed for as a rapper was about to happen to Drake. On July 22nd, 2015, Meek Mill took to Twitter to expose Drake for having ghostwriters.
10 bands, 50.
Oh my god, bro. Drake cannot catch a break.
100 bands, man.
I can remember having a conversation with my little brother on the phone, and we were both saying, like, there's no way. There's no way that Drake has ghostwriters because he's too good of a writer himself. It just doesn't make sense.
Ready for another?
But boy, were we wrong.
Okay, 10 bands, 50 bands, 100 bands, man.
Did you hear the reference tracks? Line for line, word for word. This is bad. No, it's a terrible time to be a Drake fan. Shortly after Meek's tweets, the reference tracks would leak to support the ghostwriter allegations, and now we get back to Kendrick, who just a few months earlier made reference to rappers with ghostwriters on his single King Kunta. So basically, Kendrick found out about this ghostwriting shit months before we did, and months before it even got exposed. And Kendrick is basically saying, like, I know what you've been up to, buddy. I'm not gonna say anything, but I know. With all that said, as everyone knows, Drake responded to Meek Mill with a now legendary diss record back to back.
I'm gonna be honest, I'd never go back to that. But that's what I was saying about diss records, you know what I'm saying? But this was nominated for a Grammy too that same year.
And being a Day One Drake fan, for me personally, I was never more proud of Drake in his whole entire career than when he dropped back to back.
The new record, back to back, tough tune. Tough tune.
I think niggas gassed that. They definitely did. Like, he shot on Meek, don't get me wrong, but they definitely gassed it.
But once again, Kendrick responds to Drake just 1 month later on Dr. Dre's Compton album.
I feel like I enemies giving me energy, I wanna fight now. Subliminal sending me all of this hate, I thought I was holding a mic down.
In this one, Kendrick references Drake's recent track, Enemies.
Got enemies, got a lot of enemies.
Kendrick is once again talking about how Drake keeps going the subliminal route, which at the end of the day is really no different from what he's doing.
Right, I'm about to say, y'all both have been doing that like the last 85 years, bro.
But he didn't stop there, as he did it again on another song from the same album. The words "they nominated 6 to carry him" could potentially be a Drake reference, given the fact that Toronto is referred to as the 6. And if this is the case, Kendrick is basically saying that everyone seems to think that Drake is his greatest opponent, but that he's a great white and that this is his aquarium, aka he's the king of hip-hop.
No comp is a crazy thing to say.
And you ever look back on any and feel like you'd like to change any of the things that you've written, or
it'll be me saying I want to go deeper. I should have went deeper. You know, I shouldn't have held back.
And at this point, Kendrick finally gets his well-deserved moment at the Grammys, winning 5 awards, but more importantly, he finally clinched the Best Rap Album category with To Pimp a Butterfly.
Oh, glory to God, that's for sure.
Drake also racked up a bunch of accolades in 2015. If you're reading this, it's too late. Broke Spotify's record for 17.3 million streams in its first week. Hotline Bling had dominated the charts, and his collaborative album with Future also did crazy numbers.
But this is where they went like this. It was no longer like a parallel to one another where they could be like comparatively looked at as like having skill sets that were similar enough to gauge who might be better or what. Like, Drake fully embraced the pop rap shit on this side, and Kendrick fully embraced the conscious era completely. He had always been that way, but like, this is just, that was the separation completely, and then they could no longer compete. It was no longer a point in going back and forth at that point.
And I mean, even at this point, anything Drake touches is gonna do numbers. Next, we get some inside information that this situation between Drake and Kendrick could have got really ugly. Former NFL player turned commentator Marcellus Wiley wouldn't say any names, but said that years earlier he interviewed one of the two rappers and it completely went off on the other.
The Drake-Kendrick beef, when it was really starting to brew.
Yeah.
I was on Sports Nation at the time, and we taped the interview with one of the people, and that one person went in on the other person. We were ready to let this go, but then that one person's team made sure that didn't get out.
Marcellus was quoted in a DJ Vlad interview as saying that the person went
Who y'all think it was?
so hard in this interview that it could have brought the beef to the heights of 50 Cent and Ja Rule. And you gotta keep in mind, Marcellus is trying to sell a book, and he claimed that in this book, he would expose everything
never mind.
that was said and who said it. And I bought the book. I spent the $13.99. I didn't read it. I searched it. And here's what he had to say.
Nigga said I didn't read it.
We even got Drake on tape talking major shit about Kendrick during an interview. Of course, after watching the interview, Drake's publicist wouldn't let us air that tape, but we still got it. Take my word for it. So that's it. That is the big...
I love how this is the book, and this nigga just talking crazy, like, oh, we got Drake, I'm exposing all these niggas' business, and the title of it is Never Shut Up. That's just the most hilarious shit in the world.
Drake's publicist wouldn't let us air that tape, but we still got it. Take my word for it. So that's it. That is the big expose. Like, I too was cheated, hoodwinked, bamboozled, and led astray by Marcellus Wiley. Now, we need to take any self-promotion tactics with a grain of salt, but the date surrounding this thing is very interesting. Kendrick drops the Control verse on August 12, 2013. In a Hot 97 interview on September 24th, Drake was very bitter, and the very next day, September 25th, Drake appears on ESPN. And you guys could tell me what you think, but to me, I believe this story. I believe that Drake did this, 100%.
I personally enjoy making like great music and bodies of work over like being the talk of Twitter for like 5 days, you know.
However, in 2016, one man dominated the charts, and that was Drake, smashing record after record, pumping out hit after hit. Views sold 1 million in its first week and went on to become quadruple.
I remember that. That was a crazy time.
Platinum that
Drake fans was probably eating 2016.
year. He had several #1 records such as Work with Rihanna, Free with DJ Khaled,
A million.
One Dance with WizKid. One Dance actually became Spotify's most streamed song ever, and Spotify also announced that Drake was the most streamed artist of 2016. Basically in 2016, Drake just dominated. And speaking of For Free by DJ Khaled, Drake actually mentioned Kendrick on that song. Again, this appears to be more of a friendly nod to Kendrick, where Drake is referencing his song, which is also called For Free.
Right, but I don't think Kendrick want to be friends at this point.
However, 2017 was about to start, and Kendrick was about to take some of the most direct shots at Drake.
Appreciate the pun.
What's most interesting about this track in particular is the timing of when Kendrick put it out. Drake
I thought people thought that this was about Big Sean now.
had just dropped his project More Life, which was mostly a happy-go-lucky summer vibe that contained no shots at Kendrick whatsoever. And just a few days later, Kendrick drops this surprise, aggressive 116-bar track that is full of shots at Drake. It's no secret that Drake has claimed to be somewhere on this top 5 list, but more recently on More Life, he claimed that he was #1 on that list.
I know I said top 5, but I'm top 2, and I'm not 2, and I got 1, but you have 1, but it's not 1, nigga, no.
So let me get this straight. Kendrick hears this track, gets the pen out, jumps in the booth, and sends a clear message just a few days after Drake drops that he's the best rapper alive.
Oh, Jay-Z, Hall of Fame, sit your punk ass down.
Drake's been known to draw comparisons between himself and Hov, so it only makes sense that this shot was directed at Drake.
I used to want to be on Rockefeller, then I turned into Jay.
Lastly, Kendrick ends off the track to surprise fans and warn Drake that he's got a new album coming in a few weeks.
You know what time it is, Annie up, this is him forever. Y'all got to late with the 17, get your shit together.
Kendrick was really strategic in releasing this track, as it took most of the attention off Drake's project. And to add insult to injury,
More Life was not one of those ones, bro.
his fans flocked to Drake's Instagram account and spammed the number 4 in Roman numerals.
That is so petty, man.
And Kendrick, true to his word, he drops the album.
Fans make everything worse.
And he has some more shots for Drake.
Niggas wanna flex on me and be in LA for free, huh? Next time they hit the 10 freeway, we need receipt, huh?
Kendrick references Drake's track For Free, and although Drake is from Toronto, he's lived in Calabasas since 2012. With that said, Kendrick is more than likely talking about how Drake was in Compton while shooting the video for 100. Kendrick is from Compton, probably didn't like it.
Most of y'all throw rocks and try to hide your hand. Just say his name and I promise that you'll see Candyman.
At this point, Kendrick is begging Drake to just call him out. He makes a reference to a popular 90s movie, Candyman, where the premise of that movie is if you say Candyman's...
I mean, we seen Candyman, bro. Like, come on.
Drake doesn't want to see exposed. We've already seen Drake a couple times now try to dead this thing. There's more coming. But yeah, Kendrick keeps going. And Kendrick seemingly mocks...
But I don't think he's really, like, egging Drake to go on at this point. Like, I think this is like, so easily applying to, like, a lot more people than just being directly, you know, at Drake.
Drake's style of music on his song God.
You feel some type of way, then